A lot of us don't been through so much bullshit that we turned our back on all the bullshit in the whole world. And then we thought about, and it's a few good men and women left. So we decided to stay. You hear me? But we ain't turning back to the bullshit. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. It's only funny till it ain't funny no more. And I remember a lot of days when my life as I lived it was funny until it wasn't funny no more. Who out there know what I'm talking about? One time for the ancestors, one time for myself, and one time for the collective. I hope everybody operating, radiating, vibrating in the frequency of your best version. I know it ain't always as easy as it sounds, but if you do it, it's easier than said. It was funny till it wasn't funny no more. I know a lot of us can relate to that in the stages of growing up from infancy to adulthood. A lot of things we have experienced in life that was funny until it wasn't funny no more. And when it became, and anytime we found ourselves in a place where the things that used to be funny wasn't funny no more, we became aware that some type of change needed to be placed. How many things have we said? I remember that used to be funny till it wasn't funny no more. Or how many times have you said that? Because I ain't give up on me either. You hear me? I ain't give up on me either. Reason being, what's the worst that could happen? Thinking of a conversation that I was having. What's the worst? If you ain't give up on yourself, and in the process of not giving up on yourself, you didn't become anything else, what's the worst that could happen by you being authentically you? What's the worst that could happen to you by you being your authentically self, regardless of who like it and regardless of who don't like it? Because most people get caught up in the being something else and not being who they truly are, what they truly resonate and vibrate in the spirit of their soul, and end up being something that they're not, just to fit in with everybody else, just to be normal. What's the worst that can happen by you being your authentic self? People gonna like you for what you do. People gonna like you for what you don't do. People gonna like you for no reason at all. And the people who meant to draw to you and towards you will. People who not meant to draw to you or don't like you will make themselves known too in some cases, and some not, and sometimes not. And the reason that I point that out, because I think Saul just got his first troll. And what was so funny about the interaction was, and what I didn't say, and what I didn't say that made sense. And what I did say made all the sense in the world. All they had to do is give their self a chance, because they wasn't giving me a chance to understand anything that I said, because anything that I say, I understand, understand, and overstand, as well as comprehend where it's coming from, why it's coming at me, and the reason that it's coming at me. You hear me? Authentically me. Life and death, it's all fluid. We can't get too attached to none of this, to nothing that occurs, because in the event that you get attached too far to the left or too far to the right, you're gonna find yourself in uncomfortable situations with uncomfortable feelings and a whole bunch of other things. You hear me? And most people can't stand pressure, because under pressure, pipes burst. And we find ourselves in situations due to that. So emotional awareness, emotional control, composure, patience yesterday. patience, emotional withdrawal, being able to speak and not holding in if you have to. All that's going to be very important. We're coming up to we're getting ready for an eclipse. Is y'all ready for it? Is anybody prepared? And that's why the shadow work is so important. That's why every day that I could be here and I get a chance to tap in, I'm going to tap in with y'all and point things out, that's going to spark light bulbs in people. And some people going to stay in the darkness because they don't want to see what's being exposed through what I have to say. And in any event that you find that being you, then this may not be the place for you, because we're going to get shadow work done over here so everybody can come into the light of who they truly are. Ain't nothing more beautiful than that. What's the worst that can happen by you being authentically you? You hear me? Starting over. Who need to start over right now? And I remember I used to be scared when I hear that word, starting over. Starting over is synonymous with change, because anytime you got to make a change, that means you got to start over. You got to start new. You got to start. You got to start fresh from something, from somewhere, from someone. Y'all figure me? Starting over. What do you need to include, or what do you need to exclude in your new start? Starting over. And starting over don't mean having nothing. That was one of my biggest fears about having to change or having to start over, depending on where I'm at in the start over. But starting over, and I said that for whoever needed to hear that, starting over don't mean, start from scratch, start from nothing. Starting over meaning start from the wisdom from the experience that you have gained in the event that you find yourself in any area of life where you have to start over. I don't know who that's to and who that's for, but you'll know when you hear it. And the reason I say that is because I had to make a lot of decisions that most people can't make. Most people still not making. Most people still haven't made. And if you resonate with where I'm coming from, you're going to have to make a lot of decisions that most people and what you hear, who you plan your play out with, not going to understand. They're not going to make. And don't have no intentions to. So you're going to have to be able to move forward and move on from those people, those places, and those things whenever they give you the red flag to show you, okay, this is a shadow that I got to check off because I don't see this enough times that if I'm seeing it again, that I can master it this time. And then go on to the next level, go on to the next phase of another individual presenting that same thing, but at least you won't be repeating it on the same level. I don't know who I'm talking to or who I'm talking for. But you're going to have to make them decisions that many around you ain't going to make. And once you make those decisions, you're going to have to, at some point, turn back and be a spotlight on everything you made the decisions to rise above. I don't know who I'm talking to or who I'm talking for, but I said that to say, I am just a spotlight. It's not my fault. You hear me? So if you come over here and I go to point things out with what come out of me, don't run and tell nobody that I'm doing something to you or I did something to you. You hear me? Any spell work that I do is in goodwill. You hear me? Is in goodwill, and I said that because those who don't understand are trolls, are haters. Acknowledge them, but don't trip off them because they serve their purpose too. You hear me? I have my days too. This one of these, and today I found myself having a day where, like most days, most of my life, I couldn't be strong without having my own mess to deal with. So that's how I'm able to help y'all, by having my own mess and my own messages to deal with. I'm able to assist others, and point out things that they're able to see, so y'all can also and we can together master our mess. You hear me? Individually and collectively. Through the wisdom of these messages that gonna come forth through me. And those who have ears to hear, they will hear. You hear me? So I'm gonna say it again. Don't trip off your haters, man. Everybody wasn't meant to wish you well. You hear me? But that don't mean you should wish others ill will. Like I just said, goodwill is my spell word. You hear me? And when you do it in love and light, it's a protective force from you too. So any ill intent or spell work sent at you, that shit just fall away. You hear me? These are keys if you want to start attracting what you are instead of what you think you're supposed to have. I'm going to say it again. These are keys. These are light codes if you want to start attracting what you are instead of what you think you're supposed to have. Because you probably been getting it and ain't even realize it. The message, now that will only make sense to those who that is for. You hear me? Because we all know everybody that comes to see Sawu ain't doing shadow work. You hear me? We know that. Stay grateful, stay in gratitude. You know, we all here to master something or some things. I'm no better than y'all, you know. Sometimes it ain't no explanation for what I do, what I say, or why I do it, you know. But I do know gratitude and gratefulness, appreciation and thankfulness help me do what I, as a soul, am here to do, you know. And collaboration, whether known or unknown, with others who are also here doing the same light work, you hear me, in dark times. But gratitude helped me move, and gratitude will help you move too. But and I said that to say that don't mean I don't have to put in no work. So I'm saying that to say that don't mean you won't have to put in no work, but it'll help if you could be grateful. You see? Because if we take time to be grateful, we just take time to think, we'll realize, damn, I done came a long way. I done came through some things. I don't complain about a whole lot of things, but all the things that I used to find myself complaining about, I got through, you know, and I ain't just get through, I got better. Huh? I don't know who that's to or who that's for, but you'll know when you hear it, if it's for you. Knowing what you want. Gratitude to help you know what you want by assessing what you have. How far life has brought you. Knowing what you want. Appreciating what you have accomplished. And being committed to move forward with a smile. To do more. To have more. To be better and not bitter. Don't forget, I said with a smile. You know, it slay the inner and outer demons. You hear me? The more you tap in, the more you gotta be protected. I'm gonna say it again. The more you tap in, the more you gotta be protected. The more you protect it, the more you gotta be aware. The more you gotta be aware means the more you gotta be on the lookout. Because we don't get no passes. For those who really doing this shadow work, you know what you've been through, and you know you ain't get no passes to understand, and overstand the things that you have to start coming into the mastery of yourself, your soul, as a spirit. We don't get no passes. Sawu didn't get no passes. I earned everything, every stripe, every spiritual rank that I resonate and that I vibrate in. I don't know who need to hear that. And the reason that I say that, cause the more we could put the ego to death, the more we can rise into the spiritual self. And I had to put a lot of parts and aspects of myself on a leash or to a hush. So today, my ego ain't as loud as it used to be. But I have a relationship with it the way I don't use it because I can. I don't use it when I want to. I only use it when I have to. Message. I don't know who that was to or who that was for, but you'll know when you hear it. See, when I put my crown down for a halo, a lot of people thought I lost my mind, but they didn't realize how much I was tapping into it. I say that to say, today, I'd rather surround myself and find myself having dialogue amongst and with people who shine as bright as I do from the inside out than be around those who, quote unquote, have more than me externally. That's a rat race that I already overcame. I don't know who that's to or who that's for, but you'll know when you hear it. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. The vibration of the planet we on is rising and changing. So why would you stay the same? Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Rather good, bad, or indifference. These moments that we have in life at this present time will always be meant to be exactly what they are. Road openers, because we ain't having no more roadblocks. Thank y'all, family. Thanks for everybody. I appreciate y'all. Salute to God. Peace.